Hello, this is Tessa and Tessa's daddy, and we're wanting to do another video because we haven't done one in a while. And so the first thing that I want to say is you might notice she doesn't have a headband on, and we got new pieces for her cochlears. And so let me see if I can show you. She keeps turning back the other way. She's going to make it difficult, but I can get it. It's this. It is just one piece by itself. And so it magnets onto her head because that's how cochlears work. Anyway, so now she doesn't need a headband. And it's pretty cool. We like it. And so if you don't see them, it's still there. She can still hear. And we have these little pillows to try to help keep them on too. And so, yeah, is that better? Anyway, we have some questions that I thought we would answer. And so, one of the questions people have asked is about lifting her. And I thought that I'd said this before, but I don't know if I said this before, but we lift her quite a bit. Probably takes about 10 times a day, maybe. Some at school, they do that there, and some at home. And so we just kind of cradle her and lift her, and she's about 50 pounds. And so we get used to it, though, and it's gotten us stronger. Yeah. Another thing is her eating, and so we have to feed her. Basically, we feed her because she has a hard time doing it using her hands like that. But she can eat just about anything. We've worked with her when she was a little baby. We worked with her a lot, trying to make sure she can eat good, and it took a while, but we got her to eat just regular food. We just have to feed it to her. And she has a little juice cup that she uses a lot. She can do her juice by herself, which she really likes that. So that's eating. Another question was about bathing. How do we bathe her? And so let me show you something here. Okay, this is her bath chair in her little bathroom. And so we got this, and you can kind of adjust it however you need to. And so we kind of lay it down so she can just lay in the tub in the water and relax. And it works pretty good for us. So hang on one sec. Okay, we're back. So that's her bath chair. Now the hardest thing about the bath is lifting her from that position, and it's kind of low, and so it can get kind of tiresome, but we kind of sometimes help each other. Mommy and Daddy helps each other do that. And so that's bathing. Let me look at our other questions. How much will Tessa grow is one question I asked, and she may not grow much more. She actually is gonna kind of awkward, but she's gonna be going through puberty a lot sooner than usual, and so that means after that there may not be much growing going on, which is probably a good thing for us. She doesn't need to get much bigger. She is pretty tall if you seen her at all, and noticed that she actually is pretty tall for her age anyway. So that's that. And another question is her health. Now her health is actually pretty good. For the most part, she gets sick just about as much as anybody else. But the hardest thing is that her trying to get better sometimes can be slow. She's not upright, coughing, walking around, running around. So sometimes congestion can get stuck or something, and she might have a slow recovery. But she has been doing really well. And the other thing someone asked that kind of relates to this is their life expectancy, which, so we don't know, because if her health is good, which seems to be pretty good, it could be any time, anything could pop up and happen, but just like anybody else, really. Now, the other thing goes against her is her seizures, her epilepsy, which we just don't know that either, because she hasn't had a really bad one in a while, and so we don't know, but you never know, I guess. So I guess she has a little bit more chance of something happening, but overall her body health is good. Some of her like limbs or legs and stuff, like the physical aspect of them is not the best. We just had hip surgery last summer, but it's not really I mean, it can be very scary, but it's not like she has, you know, she can get sick just like anybody else, and not much more than that. Anyway, that may be all, I think. Make sure to, another thing I wanted to say is she has a Facebook page that her mom does, and it's called 10 Tiny Toes. She's getting pretty tired. And so if you wanted to check that out, if you need to ask us anything, and we'll be glad to try to answer. And if I didn't say some of those things very detailed or clearly, you can always ask more details. I'm not the best with the details, but I figure might as well just try it. Anyway, Tessa and Tessa's daddy. Bye-bye.